What's up? Yeah, doing another vid. Doing another vid again. Caldwell. Lions. The Lions decided to fire Joe Bumtardi and Jeremiah Washburn. They fired They fired offensive coordinator Joe Bumtardi and the offensive line coach Jeremiah Washburn. I'm gonna tell you one thing about this. I'm gonna get straight to the point. Jim Washburn is the shittiest offensive line coach in the NFL, next to the Jacksonville Jaguars coach. He's the shittiest offensive line coach. No, fuck that. He is the shittiest offensive line coach in the NFL. Stafford never had a consistent pass. He never had a consistent offensive line that can block for him. Nor the Lions had a consistent offensive line that can create space and create gaps for the running back to run through holes. They never do that. They play the zone shit and it don't fucking work. The pass blockers is shit. We got some of the shittiest offensive line. We got probably the worst offensive line in the NFL. Not one of the worst. We got the worst. People think the Colts. People think the Colts offensive line is bad. They offensive line ain't got shit on the Lions offensive line when it comes to shittiness. They don't have shit on the Lions. The Lions have the worst offensive line in the NFL. And I'm not playing. As a matter of fact, Stafford is the most sacked quarterback in the NFL right now. And I'm not bullshitting. He is the most sacked quarterback in the NFL right now. I'm not making this shit up either. This motherfucker be getting folded. People think Peyton Manning line is bad. They ain't got shit on the Lions offensive line, I'm telling you. The Lions got the worst offensive line in the NFL. Stafford gets no time to pass the ball like he did Sunday. You get sacked 7 fucking times. That's enough. That in itself is out of control. That tells you a lot about your offensive line coach right there, because it's one thing to give up 1 sack and shit, but to give up 7, that is ridiculous. It's like you motherfuckers can't pick up on blazes for shit. Motherfuckers missing blocks and shit. Lincoln Thomason missing blocks. Riley Reeve getting torched. Fucking Travis Washington he ain't blocking nobody. People running by him. You got Larry Warford blocking on 1 fucking leg and shit. You got Weddle ass getting hurt every other fucking play. We got some bums. We got some Detroit bums from fucking Warren and Southfield and goddamn Plymouth and goddamn Greenfield bums and shit. We got some downtown bus stop type of bums on our fucking team, man. We got some downtown Detroit bus stop type of bums. For real. We got some motherfucking Woodward bums and shit. Highland Park bums on our fucking offensive line. We suck. Offensive line is garbage. We suck. We is just terrible. Can't block nothing. They can't even block. They couldn't block children if they try to block. If their assignment was to block children from going to the fucking quarterback, they would not be able to do it. That's how bad they is. They couldn't even block. They couldn't even block their own fucking fear. They couldn't block. They couldn't block shit. They're terrible. They'll think this offensive line is so bad. They think their own shadow is a fucking defensive player. Shitty ass offensive line. Washburn, his time was up after giving up 7 sacks, man. What the hell? This is ridiculous, man. I'm sick of this shit. This offensive line never been good since Stafford been here. Really, not really. Maybe said 1 season, but really, and that was in the 2011 season. Other than that, we had a shitty offensive line for his whole career. And y'all want to call it. I know Stafford, he does make some shitty ass passes. He does. He does make mistakes. He's shitty. Sometimes he's really shitty. But sometimes, a lot of the times, his offensive line is just poor. And then they can't do shit. They can't pass block. They can't run block. They don't create holes for the running back to run through. No running back can be successful in this fucking offensive line. Is that trash, man? Nobody. I ain't see Amir Abdullah supposed to be this big threat motherfucker. This motherfucker that can take it to the house type motherfucker. That's a threat to take it to the house. You know why you ain't see no explosive plays from motherfucking Amir Abdullah? Because nobody can block worth a damn. And that's including the tight ends too. They can't block for shit. And they did a poorest job teaching the fucking tight ends how to block. Seriously. Eric Ebron giving up a sack on fucking Stafford and shit. Nobody paid attention to that shit. Everybody talking about just the offensive line in general. Ebron, he's supposed to be getting talked about offensive line coach too, how to block. And he didn't. He giving up a sack and shit. He gave up a sack on Stafford. Seriously, he did. Watch the film. He gave up a sack. Eric Ebron gave up a sack. Lincoln Thomason gave up a sack. Roddy Reed gave up a sack. They was just terrible. It was garbage. It was disgraceful. And then the run blocking. Abdullah can't run no goddamn word. No running backs in our system so far can run the fucking rock. No more than 7 yards. What about getting explosive plays, getting 40-yard runs and 50-yard runs? We can't get that shit. You know why? Because the offensive line is just trash on both aspects of the ball. Pass blocking, run blocking, you name it. We suck. That's why Jim Washburn had to go. Now, let me get to Lombardi. Let me get to this Bumtardi motherfucker, Joe Bumtardi. This guy has to go. He had to go. He had to go. Reason why? The offense has been shit since he got here. Even when Jim Schwartz was here, his last season, this offense wasn't this shitty. It really wasn't. Yes, we went 7-9, but the offense wasn't this shitty. The Lions were still putting up over 20 points a game. The problem was we choked them last games of the season because of our defense wasn't shit. But motherfuckers like Bumtardi has to be the worst offensive coordinator in the history of the NFL. People was blowing up my motherfucking last video saying Joe Lombardi got fired. Joe Lombardi got fired. Joe Lombardi got fired. And I was like, I know I heard about it about 1 o'clock today. I think it was around 1 o'clock when I heard that shit. When he got fired and shit. I was like, hell motherfucking yeah. His ass got out of here. His ass was fired. I was so fucking happy. But he called the shittiest offensive plays. He's go conservative. He just don't know how to call plays. When you 3rd and 22 and shit, this motherfucker will throw it above a screen behind the line of scrimmage and only get 1 yard and shit, and then have to punt the ball. This Joe Bumtardi is the greatest 3-and-out coach in NFL history. This motherfucker go 3-and-out every motherfucking series. He only has spurts of good offense. There only been a couple times in his career he had a good spurt of offense. He sucked overall. He's just trash. His offense regressed ever since he became the offensive coordinator of the Detroit Lions. And that's a real fact truth. So his time was up. We couldn't put up points. We can never put up fucking points. And the play calls he called is just boo-boo. It's boo-boo. He's been boo-boo since he got here. He has to go. But you know what? Even though he was about. I had a funny feeling he was gonna get fired in the very near future. Ever since that one game, he was looking all mad and shit after. I don't know. Caldwell said something to him, and he got mad as fuck. Next thing you know, he's fired. But if you ask me, Lombardi should have been fired. He should have been fired. I say, real talk. If he would have fired him, he should have been fired after we went against Seattle. He should have been fired after that game because there is no reason. I don't give a fuck. Fuck that fucking bat the ball out of bounds. Calvin Johnson fumble at the 1 yard line bullshit. Fuck that shit. Throughout the whole game, the offense been fucking shitty. It been trash. The offensive line haven't done shit. The offensive line haven't done shit to the last minute. The fucking an offensive coordinator supposed to dictate the offense. He supposed to make sure the offensive line coach gets shit in fucking order. Because he's the offensive coordinator. He supposed to make their ass do their fucking job. And he failed to do that. And you know what? You know what else the problem with Bumtardi ass? His play calling is just shit. It's just shit. His play calling was shitty in the Seattle game. The motherfucker was going conservative on a solid defense. He going conservative as shit. Wasn't taking no shots down the field at all. Just conservative all the goddamn way. He always been conservative ever since he got here. And when you got conservative coaches, you go nowhere. He's not aggressive enough to me. That's why he has to go. He had to go. And he been shitty since day one. And you know, nobody in America hates Joe Bumtardi more than me. Like I said, nobody like 313 Hitman, DA's Taker, Lions Mafia, I can't pronounce his name, but also, damn. But the dude who commented on my video with the Dragon Ball Z, so I can't pronounce his name. Eduardo O'Neal, Yasmin Green, who else? Who else I didn't name? The Everything King. Nobody, no Lions fan on YouTube or in the nation hates Bumtardi more than me. More than me. Trust and believe me. None of you hate him more than me. I cannot stand his ass. I was shitting on Joe Lombardi since last season. This ain't just started this season. Y'all motherfuckers just started shitting on him this season. No, I was shitting on him last season. You know, if you watched my videos last year, I was shitting on Lombardi like a motherfucker, saying how garbage his offense is. I was saying this dude should be fired. I was saying it way back last year. This shit ain't just started with me. I've been saying this shit. And I'm glad Caldwell and this team finally gave me my wish. He's out the fucking door. Next. The next person that needs to get out the door ultimately is Jim Caldwell. Caldwell needs to go. Jim Caldwell, Jim Caldwell. You know, people always ask me, why do I call him Jim Caldwell? I'm going to tell you why. The reason why I call him Jim Caldwell is because when the times get tough, when he's under pressure, he goes conservative. Every fucking time. He goes very conservative. I ain't talking about a little conservative. Very conservative. He's the most conservative. He was conservative as an offensive coordinator, as a Ravens offensive coordinator. And that's why he got fired. He's very conservative. Very, very conservative. Like, for example, last game. I can go back to last game. He went conservative. He went conservative and shit. Yes. He went conservative in the last game. Against the Minnesota Vikings. When motherfuckers was lighting up the scoreboard. Like, say like, for example, we was throwing the ball down the field, just killing the Vikings and shit at the beginning, right? Next thing you know, you turn around, this motherfucker stopped doing what he was doing. He started doing his little bullshit, started bubble screening shit. He started doing his little, it's calling bullshit, like allowing the bullshit plays to happen. You know what I'm saying? He just went conservative as fuck. He stopped putting the pedal to the fucking metal. And he did the same shit against the Seattle Seahawks. He did the same shit when Denver came to town. They fucking smacked the shit out of us in Ford Field. You know why? Because we went conservative as shit. We could have easily beat the Denver Broncos that game, but he went conservative. He went too fucking conservative. He was allowing Bumtardi to call this conservative shit. He always been conservative. The Dallas Cowboys game in the playoffs. No, I can go back to the Chargers game. Motherfuckers putting pedal to the metal, putting up points on the scoreboard. All of a sudden, you just start throwing this little bubble screen, running back screen, fucking short yards bullshit, all fucking for the rest of the fucking game. Or, or this what he was. This what else is he doing? This what else when he go conservative. It's like when he's the worst play caller ever. Like when the running game is working, he will completely abandon it when it's working. Like that's stupid. If your passing game ain't working, but your running game is, continue to run the ball, stupid. He just go conservative in the Cowboys game. This motherfucker gonna punt the fucking ball. He's gonna punt the fucking ball when it was 4th down and short, and we needed to convert a first down so we could contain our drive and win the fucking game. You know what he fucking do? And it was like a couple minutes left in the game. You know what he fucking do? He punts the fucking ball. And we was only down 4 points. It's not like we was down. I mean, it's not like we was up and shit. We was down. And he gonna go conservative and punt the ball when there's a minute or two left. That's the worst thing you can fucking do, going conservative and shit. Thinking, like, fuck, man, this guy go. He got to go. He got to go. I'm tired of Caldwell. Yes, he hired some idiots, but at the end of the day, he's the main problem. Everything goes through him. Everything goes through him. He's the reason why this team sucks. Yeah, you can fire Lombardi. Sure, fire Lombardi. Sure, promote the quarterback's coach, the offensive coordinator, which you did, Jim Caldwell. Promote him, fine. Bob Cooter, promote him, fuck it. But I'm not excited about it. I mean, I'm not going to jump for joy. Cool, you promoted him, fine, whatever. But at the end of the day, he's the problem. He chokes in big games. That's why Peyton Manning chokes in big games. Everybody talking about he taught him how to be a better quarterback, but well, he taught Peyton Manning about how to lose out on 3 or 4 Super Bowls too. Fuck him. He sucked. He sucked. Caldwell needs to get fired at the end of the day. I don't give a fuck. You can fire these motherfuckers, but at the end of the day, he should be fired. And shit, that's all I gotta say about that, though. Let me know what your thoughts in the comment section below. My mouth, I need some water. I need to get something to drink, man. But let me know what you think in the comment section below, man. Peace.